Welcome back. It's been a hot minute since I've seen y'all. So I'm kind of worried I'm getting into a reading slump right now. I just finished A Bright Ray of Darkness by Ethan Hawke through audiobook, and I also finished this one over here, Beneath the Moon, which is a collection of fairy tales and otherworldly mythology and tales from around the world. They were interesting, but I just felt like the pacing just wasn't right for me, and I feel like it needed to be longer. Bright Ray of Darkness was very well written, and I praise Ethan Hawke for his writing. I was constantly in a state of like, what the hell am I reading right now? So yeah, I'm looking for a new read, so I've got a bunch of books on my shelf here. So I know I kind of reorganized the shelf since you last saw it. So I'll kind of pick something out. I already read this one, Meddling Kids, which is actually quite good. So if you have not read it, I would probably recommend it if you're in for Scooby-Doo retellings or whatnot, because it is very well done. So I really like that. I think my gut's kind of telling me to go for either one of these two. So either Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid, or I could do the final book of the Good Girls Guide to Murder series by Holly Jackson, As Good as Dead. So I'm actually going to look at Goodreads real quick to see what the ratings are for these, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so this is probably about the average for As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson. This is via Goodreads. Okay, so this did win for best book on Goodreads back in 2021, and then here are the average ratings for this. Oh man, I don't know which one to do. Like, they're both on my read list, and I do want to read this, but I feel like this might be more of a summer read. Well, I think I'm kind of looking for something a little bit more compelling, and I know I've been reading the book series, like I said, and I think it was around this time that I finished it, or at least started the series last year. So I think I might go ahead and actually start reading this, As Good as Dead. So hopefully when I finish it, I can give y'all a kind of like a synopsis of what the series is about, and kind of just do like a crazy little like, I read the series too, you can read it too. So yeah, I'll go ahead and get started. It's actually kind of nice out today, so I'm gonna make myself a quick beverage of iced coffee, and I'm gonna go and take y'all with me, and we're gonna read this book together. Let the reading commence. Alright, well, it's been a couple of hours, and I'm probably about, where am I in this? I'm about 60-ish pages in. I took a break to do some computer work and get some laundry done, but this is getting really good so far, and I'm only like 60 pages in. So I don't want to like give away too many spoilers in this book, just in case you haven't read the full series, because it's gonna kind of be hard to explain what exactly is happening without spoiling the rest of the series. Well, I might do a separate video where I talk about the series overall, but this will probably just kind of be a spoiler-free version of this, hopefully. So it's confirmed that Pip has a stalker going after her in this one, after she's done the reopening of the Andy Bell case in the first book, and then a missing person case in the second book, and now she has her own stalker. I'm not really sure what exactly the mystery is going to be in this one, but I am very excited to keep reading it. And I know I'm going to probably make some dinner in a little bit, but I'll probably take some time to read more while I am waiting on some food. So I will update you with more progress in a little bit. Good morning. It's now Tuesday. I meant to film yesterday, but I ended up having to finish up some laundry and leave for work early, and then I meant to film last night, but I ended up watching the first half of a new Prime Limited series called Swarm. It is bananas, and it is just crazy to think, and I ended up watching 4 episodes and I lost my track of time, so I'm like, oh crap, I need to get to bed. But I did read a little bit more of As Good as Dead yesterday, so it is picking up the pace. And it was funny because I was reading reviews online pretty much saying that Pip kind of has like a Harry Potter and book 5 face going on, and I didn't want to believe it at first because I was like, okay, like I probably shouldn't like think that, but I'm kind of starting to see it a little bit. Not bad, but it's evident, but it is getting good. So I will keep going with it. I'll probably read a little bit before I have to go to work today. So I will see how much I get done. So see you later. Hello, from a new angle. I just realized this angle from my bed looks really creepy, and somebody could literally walk in here and kind of make it like a thriller setting, kind of like this book. I am now on page 20. So there is a serial killer from back in the 2010s in this book that is being emulated by stalking Pip in this, or it might actually be the guy, but we don't know how it's connected, or it could be someone she knows. It's getting intense, and I'm going to try to read more of it because I end up going over to my sister's place for dinner, so I'm going to try to read a little bit before bed, or before my camera battery dies. So we'll see how far I get, and yeah, that's what I got for you. So I am making more progress in my book, and I'm going to read a little bit more before I go to bed tonight. I was going to try to film, but my camera battery ran out, and I literally ended up finishing Swarm this night, so I'm kind of like freaked out to read the book now, because on top of me watching Swarm and finishing it and the content of this book series, I'm kind of like freaking out because I'm like, okay, who's gonna try to break into my house? So we're gonna see how much I can read before I get creeped out. Well, hello, good morning. It is now Friday. I've lost track of the days. Well, I was gonna record yesterday, but I ended up having to go into work last night, so I was able to read a little bit more, and I kind of had to stop because it was getting a little freaky deaky, even though I can handle the freaky deaky. I don't know what's going on with this book, but like, it's just like tugging at my heartstrings at a different level of like freaking me out. So I think I just determined I just need to read this during the daytime, not around like spooky noises.
So I did read a little bit more that night, even though I said that I wasn't going to be reading at night, but I was just so compelled to keep going with it. And obviously, because I've been so used to this world for so long, that it definitely was tugging at my heartstrings a lot, and there were a lot of moments where I started breaking down and crying, like in this clip. So please enjoy me as I completely just lose all of my control over my emotions.
Alright, I think I'm gonna call it quits for the night. How about that? Hi, it is now Saturday night. So I was able to read a little bit before I went off to a Panhellenic auction event that I had for my group. It actually went really well today, so I'm very excited about that. Hence why my hair is actually done for once. And you can probably see some remnants on my makeup-ish. I don't know. But yeah, I tried to get some more reading done today, and I was able to read a little bit more. And really, I was able to read a bit more in the bathtub, so I'm gonna try to see how much more I can read before I eventually crash out. So I will check a base with you in the morning. Alrighty, gang. It is now Sunday evening. I am making dinner for my folks when they get back from their trip. So I have a little bit of time before they get here. So I am going to finish this book. I'm going to finish it because I have like this much left. I think it's like less than 100 pages. Oh no. But I'm going to finish it. I'm going to finish it and you are going to hold me accountable. Do this. We're done. Oh my god. I'm a wreck. I will do a wrap up on this when I am more emotionally recovered, so I'll be back later. Alright, we made it to the end a week later. Alright, so I actually finished up this book last Sunday, and I've had a week to reflect on it, and I am very sad to see the series end because it honestly really shattered me. I was pretty much on the verge of tears the entire end of it, and I just need Holly Jackson to write a sequel series to this because I am not okay. So on a scale from 1 star to 5 stars, I would give this a 4.5 stars. It was so close to being a 5-star book for me. I did rate it and rounded it up to 5 stars on Goodreads, but there were just some elements that I wish were probably done a little bit better or were probably wrapped up a little bit nicer. There were just some parts I feel like that were kind of forgotten about until the very end, or it was like, oh yeah, and X. I'm trying not to give away spoilers, but yeah, those were just like, if those elements were just done a little bit better or were rounded up a little bit tighter, then this would easily be like a 5-star rate, like perfecto, like no issues whatsoever. But overall, I'm very glad to have read the series, and like I said, I really am gonna miss Pip and Robbie and every single character in this book, except people that are the bad guys, because no thank you. So yeah, that is As Good as Dead. I finally read it, and then before we go, I actually went shopping today because I'm going on a trip to New Orleans for work, and I ended up picking up the prequel book, Killjoy, for the Good Girls Guide to Murder series, and I'm going to read that during my trip, so I'll gladly give my review in a later video. But yeah, this is the end, so I'm very grateful that y'all have stuck with me for as long as you did. Comment duct tape in the video below if you made it to the end. If not, that's fine. I don't care either way. I'm just making this for myself. So thank you all so much for watching this, and thank you for putting up with me being a psychotic mess finishing up this series. So I hope you have a fantastic night, sleep well, and I will catch you all when I get back from New Orleans. So goodbye. I need an outro because I feel like I'm just copying other people. So if you have any ideas, just let me know.